या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य Sri Arvind, you all are the chosen children of our Divine Mother. Mother has emphatically tried to explore the window, the master key, the passage to immortality. It is there in our body. Salvation, moksha is not external. March from humanity to divinity. March from limited pseudo-relativity to genuine, truthful reality. Science is governed by the pseudo-rationality. Science is governed by the negative relativity. Quantum theory of Schopenhauer and napalm theory of Heisenberg also fall short of offering genuine truth to the materialization, the process of materialization of science. Process of materialization is transfiguration. It is the part of the process that is taken for granted to be the unique truth of the science and unique truth of the physics, but this is falsehood. Physical research made by Schopenhauer, made by Heisenberg, supported by Einstein, and undertaken at present by Dr. Narlikar, Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai, and a very powerful team of the world working as scientists at present. Their direction is wrong. Their invention is right. Their search is right. Their endeavor is right. Their experiment is right. Outcome is not right. The principle they all the while try to derive is likely to be misused, but it is the grace of the Divine Mother and grace of Sri Aurobindo's yoga that entire world automatically is getting rid of nucleus war. It is not the nucleus war that is being seized, that is being prevented from its own original explosion by politics, by diplomacy, by axis that is being constantly changed, balance that is being constantly changed in the world. But it is the determination of the descent of supramental by Sri Aurobindo, that freedom of India will be the passage for the entire humanity to fraternity. That is external reality. Finding out the passage of entire humanity to fraternity. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakama, Vishwa Bandhutva, universality of humanity. Human blood is common everywhere. Human thought is common everywhere. Factory of mind is working everywhere, very common. Negative thoughts and positive thoughts are being received by our mind. That is the mental factory. It is everywhere common. It is working in the life of a saint. It is working in the life of a vibhuti. It is working in the light of a common degenerating mentality. Mind is tempted, our mind is tempted by our physicality, our vitality and our own mentality. Mind can create certain parameters and principles. Why for you are doing all these things? Why for you are fighting? Why for you are just contradicting? Why for you are opposing? So the target, objective is being formulated by mind, is not being formulated by the soul from anybody. Almost all leaders of the world, almost all decisive personalities of the world in any avenue of life, they are guided and governed by the mentality and not pure mentality, not pious mentality, not mentality that ought to have been the peak of the mentality, peak of the human mind and human individual. We feel individually that our mind is all powerful. Whatever decision we take, we consult our mind and get it okayed, get it authenticated. If mind authenticates our thought, then that thought becomes our parameter. That is degenerate mentality. What hallucination Hitler has felt at the time of Second World War, and what bewilderment, not merely a confusion, it is bewilderment. To do this or not, to do this or not, to do this or not, to be or not to be. That is the bewilderment constantly felt by Churchill prior to taking the final decision to avoid universal chaos at that time. By Churchill was the very first U-turn given to humanity. Was the very first turn. And that was the very first U-turn given to the universal mind. The mind at individual level that is functioning in our mind was universally presented and represented by Churchill at that time, at the time of the fake end of the Second World War. First World War, where Sri Aurobindo did not intervene as he thought of. But the Second World War, when Sri Aurobindo and the mother both intervened, and ultimately war also was overturned because the decision-making agency was the mind of Churchill, was the mind of Hitler. But Hitler was demon, Hitler was devil, Hitler was lord of nation, but was outright falsehood. That falsehood in toto is now being crushed That falsehood in toto is at present being wiped out. That falsehood in toto is being completely wiped out from individual, for universe and from cosmos at present. So what sort of collaboration we are supposed to offer to the Divine Mother? It is the force of Mahakali that is working all over the world in one form or another. It is working in the weapon of the atomic energy. It is working in the mind of the leaders of the nations. It is working in the system of communism, democracy, prevalent all over the world, the type of the government, the system of the government. So Mother says long back, money and politics are the last avenues to be transformed. Now that period started from 2012 as per the opinion of Diana Cooper. That time has just proceeding further, going towards 2032. We are nearing 2032. So money also has started being transformed. At present transfigured, not transformed. And politics is also being transformed, is transfigured. Minority president, minority leader is going to be the Prime Minister of India. And minority Prime Minister is going to take decisive decisions to launch the new destiny for the entire humanity. For the entire humanity. He is a minority Prime Minister. Still taking very powerful, decisive decision for the entire humanity. Because Lord Krishna assured Sri Aurobindo in Alipur jail in 1909. India is going to be the center of the world. India is going to be the decisive center of the world. India is going to be the destiny maker of the destiny of entire humanity. No religion can offer us the sound and safe destiny. No cult can offer us safety and well-insured reality. No incarnation can bring the entire humanity under one umbrella. Now, these all the things are being changed, but it is the play of human mind. What is the root cause of all these changes? It is the human mind. And what is human mind? Mentality we can experience. We cannot experience mind as organ of our Prakriti. Mind as peak of our Prakriti. Mind as organ of our individual nature. President of UNO is also a president of whole world, but still is human being. And being a human being is guided and governed by his mind. Whatever decision he is taking as human being, but as individual, unless and until consciousness is changed, mind cannot be changed. One man's perfection still can save the world. It is the one man's mind, if it is transformed on the spur of the time, can change the destiny of the entire humanity. Now time has come. We'll have to support the truth. As I told you, either truth or abyss. World is on the threshold of the Third World War. World is on the threshold of the big Holocaust. World is on the threshold of the Pralay, because Kali Yuga is going to be ended and new dawn is going to be there, shining, a greater dawn. The yoga of Sri Aurobindo, the yoga of Savitri, and the yoga of cellular transformation of the mother is from dawn to the greater dawn. Dawn to the greater dawn. Because it is tamasoma jyotirgamaya that has to be put into practice at all different layers of consciousness of the cosmos, not of only individual. Not of the individual. That is going on. This is the scenario where what is the role and what should be the role of an individual who is awakened. Who is awakened. Blind cannot lead blind. Blind cannot lead blind. Mentally blind cannot lead the country, nor the society, nor his own life, and never the cosmos. Never. So it is mind that is to be operated, it is mind that is to be ascended, it is the mind that is to be given U-turn. If that takes place in individual, that individual becomes the creator of new destiny. Now the new time is to be created, new age is to be created, new matter is to be created. We have seen in the last chapter what is new matter. And what are the functions of the new matter? How that new matter will work at our cellular level as well as at our mental level. So it is the new matter, it is the new human being that is emerging. Might be overman, might be man of interim race, might be man of healthy mind. And healthy means those who have not up till now consulted any neurologist, any neurophysicians, is not healthy mind. Is not healthy mind. Healthy mind is mind ready to receive divinity. Healthy mind is mind ready to receive the divine intuitions. Healthy mind is mind ready to receive divine thoughts from all different directions. And that is what the first prayer of Rigveda. That is the very first prayer of Rigveda. Let me have all thoughts coming from all directions so good, so grand, so divine that I may be the chosen instrument of the divinity for the benefit and welfare of the entire humanity. Not only for my moksha, not only for my salvation. Salvation of the entire humanity, and from what? Not one country from the servitude and from the slavery of another country, but the entire humanity from the slavery of mind, disease and death. Mind, disease and death. We have passed through Corona. Tomorrow we may be destined to pass through some other thing. And at present we are passing through the crucius crisis. What will happen tomorrow in the morning? We are sleeping during night comfortably, but with all uncertainty. What will happen tomorrow? You can just imagine the people of Gaza, people of Palestine, people of Ukraine. You can very well imagine the small countries. Natural calamities are there. Everything is there. We are not here to discuss politics. We are not here to discuss political angles, political ideologies, political dominance, political supremacy, nor financial supremacy. We are not here to discuss economics. We are not here to discuss monetary strategies. Dollarization and de-dollarization, we are not going to discuss here. But the play of universal consciousness is being so diverted, terribly diverted, that it can result into the true progress, true ascent, true welfare, true happiness to be made available to each and every human being, deserving or not. That is what the scenario. And if one man start practicing this mind of the cells, the programming presented here in the mind of the cells can save the world. That is perfection. We have discussed perfection. Now, how can we explore? How can we explore the genuine physical mind from our physical body? The mind at present we are victims of, and the mind at present we are operating, including world leader, including universal leadership, including great people of the world. No person is a great person unless and until he is chosen by the divine. No person is a great person. You may be revolutionary great. You may not be evolutionary great. It is the evolutionary greatness is required at present. And how can we get evolutionary greatness? Transfiguring our mind. Not merely changing our thoughts. Transfiguring our mind. Now, how can we transfigure our mind? With the true and genuine connectivity between the mind of the cells and mind of the mentality. The mind that produces our mentality, the mind that draws our mentality, mind that designs our mentality can only be changed provided the mind of the cell can be set in the center of this orbit. In the center of this orbit. Very hard programming. Nobody has thought of where all different parameters of Sri Aurobindo and practices, different practices of the mother throughout 1950 to 1973 are properly clubbed, properly integrated. Where the history which stands witness to all these present hula-bolus and present revolutions. Every country is talking of revolution. Ukraine is also talking for revolution, and Russia is also talking for revolution. China is also talking for revolution, and we are also talking for revolution. That new India, new Vikas, new scenario is going to be launched. But nothing can be promising to the future. Nothing can be promising to the souls who will be coming to world in the next millennium. Entire time is changed. Entire space is changed. Entire planet is to be changed. Entire way of living is to be changed. It is the divine way of living will be the next nature. It is not the nature that Prakriti, whatever offers to us, this nature, whatever offers to us is not greenery. Is greenery apparently, but that greenery, reality, freshness, consolation, conviction, super wisdom, that is prudence. No intellect can create prudence. It is the psychic potentiality that reflects itself, and the reflection of psychic becomes prudence. Many a times I quote dictum from Einstein. The true knowledge either comes from within or from above, where lies the master possibility for major scientific invention. New physics is to be invented, new biology is to be invented, new chemistry is to be invented, new botany is to be invented, all different branches of science, new psychology is to be invented, new neurology is to be invented. New man is to be invented. New man is to be invented. We should not forget it. Every day we are changing, every day we are changing. If we concentrate on positive change that is being launched in our internal geometry by Mother on the basis of the parameters and principles of Sri Aurobindo, we cannot change us. No rituals are required. No scriptures are required. No principles and interpretation of scriptures are required. Only the voice of our psychic, our inner voice, that can give us the true knowledge. Einstein might have seen the glimpses of it. Where my mind fails, my psychic works. So Einstein also, knowingly or unknowingly, might have distinguished from his own mentality, superb mentality, scholastic mentality, genius, but not truthful, Choice is imperative. Choice is imperative for Einstein, choice is imperative for Saint, choice is imperative for Shankaracharya, choice is imperative for incarnation, working, playing on the field and on this field and soil of this planet. That is the time. And what is the key? Key is to give U-turn to our mind. Our mind is degenerating. Our mind is just going down and down. Down means to the level of physicality, to the level of vitality, and to the level of mentality. It starts going down first with the mentality and last with the vitality. We have all amenities available to us to enjoy false practices of happiness, false practices of anand, false practices of pleasure. Life is meant for pleasure. If our mind is pleased, we are happy. If our body is pleased, we are healthy. If our vital is pleased, we are fortunate. If our psychic is pleased or not, no passage is yet to be found out. No passage. And that passage is being found out by the Mother with hard and stern practice of yoga, implementing sound synthesis of ascent and descent in one human cell of the Mother. The one human cell, the very first human cell, got awakened by the Mother in 1958, 8 years after Sri Aurobindo's demise and passing away. In 1962, that is what Satprem has noted down here, banking upon the direct quotation directly from the mouth of the Mother. It's not interpretation on the part of Satprem. It is the direct receptivity from the mouth of the Mother that Satprem noted down here. So direct quotation from agenda that is taken for granted here is expanded, elevated and interpreted by Satprem, dedicating herself to the Mother. So it is one-to-one dialogue. It is the dialogue between divinity and humanity. It is the dialogue between Supreme on the earth and mortal human on the earth. Why? Why is so? Because it is the divinity being transmitted to the humanity, not in individual, in the whole of the universe. The entire cosmos is the field of the divine to be changed. It is the fraternity that is to be made a second nature of the human being. Mother was French lady. Mother was concentrating all the while at the time of First World War and Second World War on Paris itself. Hitler was to attack Paris and divine was worried there in her room. So what is French Revolution? What were the parameters of our Vedanta? Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, asato ma sadgamaya, mrityur ma amrutam gamaya. They were the parameters of our Indian Vedanta. What are the parameters and what were the parameters of the French Revolution? Liberty, equality, fraternity. Why for liberty is required? To establish equality. Is perverted into communism. Principle, truth, perverted into communism. Is there equality in communist country? Is there equality in Karl Marx? Is there equality in Ruskin? It is falsehood. Power can give equality, power can generate equality, money can generate equality. One man's rule, monarchy can generate equality. It is the liberty approved by the psychic can generate equality. It is the intimation of the psychic where lies the true knowledge. That is what Einstein admitted. Scientists admitted. Scientists of matter admitted. And mother tries to synthesize science with the science of consciousness. Science of matter is incomplete. It is the science of consciousness that can make imperfect perfect. That is required. And if we can experience that during our sadhana, where our faith is clubbed with rationality, if our faith is supported by our rationality, if our faith is supported by our transparent intellect, with affiliation, with love for entire humanity, with love not for our own life, with love not for our own pocket, with love not for our happiness, with love not for our benefit, with love not for our comforts and conveniences. Love for the entire humanity, that is fraternity. And one who can have love for entire humanity can have the psychic projection within. And it is the psychic projection that can sidetrack the mind, that can sidetrack the mentality, that can sidetrack our diseased mentality, that can sidetrack our imperfection. And it can give the real architecture. It can give the real architecture of architecture of immortality to us. And Sri Aurobindo says in Savitri, you are the architect of immortality. We are the architects of immortality. That immortality is to be put on paper as blueprint prior to its construction. The new world is being built up, and we are the engineers. We are the builders. Not only we are the owners of this new building. Still we are tenants After becoming owners also, virtually we are tenants. Little plot of mortality, touched by the tenants, not owner, touched by the tenants from the heights, became a playground of the living infinity. Let our world be the playground of the living and infinity. And we are the living infinities on the playground created for the Leela of future, for the play of future, for the game of future, for the lifespan where we can have Satchidanand in practice in future. And now time has come. That is what Mother has declared. Time has come. Are you ready? So we can claim to the world sitting here in America that we are ready. That is our accountability at present. We are ready. Irrespective of who we are, as prescribed, as understood, as defined by our mind. The mileage of our mind are all limited. It is the march towards infinity. Energy of psychic has to be so projected that it can captivate infinity in itself. And there lies the fraternity, real fraternity. There lies the. And this is the sadhana Mother has completed and recorded by Satprem in the last phrase, mind of cells. Mind of cell is the master key, but it is there in our body, hidden by our mentality. Our mentality, onion skin, is like onion skin, has to be made transparent, has to be made glass, transparent glass. Without entering, without adopting, without accepting the way, without accepting the paved path, you can see, you can imagine, you can rationalize. That is the nature of the mind. Without launching the experiment, you can have the complete blueprint of your own experiment. We can have the blueprint of so many experiments, here, there and everywhere. We have no blueprint of the experiment of our life of a future, the life of divinity, the life of humanity, the life of fraternity. And now time has come to find out this portal. Mother found out that portal for the entire humanity, for the human race and for the earth. At matter level, at materialized level, it is the whole earth, and at human level, it is the mind of the individual. That has to be changed, provided the consciousness centrally located in human body is changed. And how to change our consciousness in our mind and in our psychic? Physical minds are dual mind. True and genuine physical mind is in the shell of the body. And physical mind, as we understand, as we practically experience, is our corporeal mind. So one physical mind working and living and existing, though dormant, is mind of the cells. That is de facto human mind. It is de facto physical mind. It is de facto human mind. And our active, overactive, unbridled velocity is felt by the mind at every moment in our life. Chanchalam hi mana Krishno. That is unbridled velocity is being felt and experienced by our mind every day, every moment, is not de facto mind of the cells. It is the mind of the matter. It is the mind of the physical body. It is the mind of our body of flesh and blood. It is the mind that is de jure mind. We have given name mind, but it is degenerating mind. It goes down, and those who are in connection with that mental consciousness, that mentality, are also going down every day, every moment. That has to be given U-turn. Let us have our turning point from our mind of the cell. That is how mind of the cell can be explored from our with the means of, with the parameters, with the velocity of our present corporal mind. That is the theme of this new chapter. What to do? What Mother did. The training of the cells. We are supposed to give training to our cells. We have not seen our cells. In order to find out the cells of the body, we have to go to the pathologist's laboratory. Though we are living, though we are practicing everything, eat, drink and get married, tomorrow we will die. We feel the plight of birth and we feel the plight of the death. Still, we fail to find out the cellular play that is constantly going on in our body. Mother says, I can see the portals of my cellular body. They are overwhelmingly enjoying the awareness. They are overwhelmingly joyful at present. So I also forget my disease, I also forget my physical difficulties, I forget my difficult plight at present. I have got heart trouble, I have got physical troubles. Number of troubles are there at the age of 86, 82, 83, up to 93. So many troubles, so many physical troubles. Doctor point out it to be a very horrible disease. Still, when my cells, awakened cells, they start projecting, they start heralding rather, not projecting, they start heralding. We are immortal, we are immortal, we are immortal. Then I could understand that the real immortality lies in my cell, lies in my cell. How to explore it? So the whole experiment of exploration of the master key that is given to us, passage to immortality is before us. We don't know how to open the door. Passage of immortality is there. We should be the true architecture. Let us have true architecture. Our body is a true architecture. And our psychic is the architect, and that is why our psychic has taken this birth under these circumstances. This is the very first cause of our destiny. That is the very first velocity and movement of our destiny. That is the decisive action. As Sri Aurobindo was decisive action direct from the Supreme, we must take the decisive action direct from our own psychic.